and probably different time zone too. My name is Richard Tan from Success Resources. We are the world leading education provider every week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. We are streaming this live on Facebook and YouTube. We are making this video about cryptocurrency and Bitcoin investing. So this is a topic that you would like to learn more about. Make sure you subscribe, click the thumbs up button real quick. And also, very important, forward to your friends so that they can get information too, and click the notification bell so that you'll be first to know a video. Now, I'm very delighted to bring my friend, Dr. Clemen Chiang. He is no stranger to many of you. He is an authority in financial investing and also a very, very well-known teacher and coach to many thousands of students all over the world in the art of wealth creation. Dr. Clemen Chiang is also my teacher. Now, welcome, Dr. Clemen Chiang.
Hey, Richard, thank you so much for such a warm welcome, and welcome to every one of you tuning in as well. Thank you so much for having me.
I can't hear Dr. Clemen Chiang. Can you all hear him? Yeah, if you can hear him, please click. Maybe I have an issue. Can you hear me? Clemen Chiang?
Those who can hear us, put on the Zoom chat that you say yes.
Oh, you can hear Dr. Clemen Chiang.
Richard, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Sorry.
Okay, that's good.
It's me, not you.
Okay, yes. Why don't we tell that?
Okay.
Okay, you can hear me. Okay. That's good. That's good.
Yeah, good. People who sell, right, are the small investor and untrained retailer, but the real actually are buying up, So one of the buyer again is Michael Saylor of Micro Strategy. Question for you: he buy, the news came out. He buy in the last couple of days. He buy at an average price of 48,000. So today, the Bitcoin price is hovering between on the high 46 and 47. Is this a good time to buy Bitcoin? And what is your thought scooping up more Bitcoin?
Wow, that's a great start to first question. And, it's really amazing that Michael Saylor, despite all odds, continue to buy Bitcoin live in the market. So I'm going to switch the screen right now, kind of give everybody the context of his cash in bank, what we call treasury in his company. And he started buying, and right now he holds about 70,000 Bitcoin. That was in January this year. And then we kind of audit trail every single purchase he ever made. 2nd of February, he was buying at a price of 33,808. Now, all these price points are really important for you all to kind of memorize and soak in, internalize, and you can feel really sensitive to all these price. Next, he went on to do a private offering of 600 million of convertibles. He's one of the rare Wall Street guys that used the public markets to raise money to buy Bitcoin. That was 16 February. And then he also did the price offering of convertible senior notes. And he also did a further 1.05 billion offering of convertible senior notes, convertible notes at 0% coupon rate. And people just throw money at him, all right? This is the really, really amazing. And back then, he already put his money down on the table on 1st of March. And then you move forward to 5th of March, he continued buying Bitcoin at a price of 48888. And again, this is a magical price. I want you all to remember. We always remember this kind of a nice round number. Next, on the 12th of March, he went on to buy Bitcoin at a high price of 57,146. So those of you who bought below like you know that you are buying below Michael Saylor, right? So that is the reason why you're rich. Next, he went on to buy at a high price of 59,339 per Bitcoin. That was on 5th of April. And then we gonna push it further. 13th of May, he was buying at $55,387 per Bitcoin. Push it further. Come on, let's go with 18th of May. By the time price of Bitcoin dropped, he was picking up at 43,663. And that's the reason why I want you guys to remember like 43333 is a sell up to 1 billion of his own stock at MicroStrategy. Can you see this man is on fire, right? That was on June 15th. And then we push it. June 21st, price of Bitcoin by then it touched about 30,000. He was buying at 37,617 per Bitcoin. Doesn't change his thesis. Push it. Now we arrive at August 24th. He bought at 45,294. All right. And that was like the latest and real latest. Here we go. This is official as of 13th of September. This was like published 2 days ago. He bought at a price of 48,099 per Bitcoin. So all in, he has acquired 114,042 Bitcoins, and the magical average price for him is $27,713 average price of Michael Saylor. And Richard, that is the price that, nobody would dare to ever mess with Bitcoin ever again. Back to you, Richard.
Yeah. So, well, and he won't do such a stupid thing, because you look at his background, he is a very, very, very smart engineer, and he runs a very successful large software intelligent company. So he's a very smart guy, right? Now,
Yes.
I want to bring you next to another someone that is also a very, very smart person, and one of the leading fund manager. Her name is called Kathy Wood, and she's a founder of Art Invest, right? And she's among the to have spotted electric car and put her money where she forecast, right, the explosion of electric car. That is Tesla. She's the first person to, when everybody is running away from Tesla, she put her money in Tesla. And she's also known as the Warren Buffett of the tech sector. She's brilliant in spotting trend. make any sense at all. No?
Wow. When we come to Katie Wood's Richards, she's the top fund manager in 2020. That was exactly last year. And right now, this week, she was participating in the SOC conference. And I want to kind of take out this video and give everyone see for firsthand how she communicates her idea why Bitcoin will hit $500,000. All right. And that got every TV anchor on CNBC kind of a dumbfounded and say, wow, you have a loud prediction channel, and every viewers of CNBC are very serious investor. So let me switch over right now and play this in front of you. Here we go.
Wood making some big headlines on Bitcoin. There it is, 10 times. So what are we at? 45,000 right now? 10 times?
Seen people say a million, right? So that would be
There's a
20.
number.
I mean, I've seen a million.
Oh no, there's people who believe a million, but her base case, I should say, by the way, this is
What
her
was the time frame?
5-year outlook.
5 years from now.
5 years.
And her point with that, the basis is that because you're going to have so many companies that are using it
Right.
and kind of
Her
adopt.
premise is that there's going to be a lot of companies that are going to put it on their balance sheet. There's going to be other people who are going to use it. They use it, and that's what's going to effectively generate the demand that would get the price at a 10 times
More
multiple.
than 21 million.
Yeah, you heard it. There you go. 500,000 over the next 5 years. So we are talking about projection out to 2025. And this is what everybody is calculating. So I want you all to know, by the time we hit the 6th Bitcoin halving event, almost 99% of all Bitcoins would have already been mined, because there's a fixed supply of 21 million Bitcoins to be mined. Right now, already in the market, floating more than 18 million Bitcoins. And at this stage, step 2, there's a mad rush of Bitcoin miners in the US because China just happened to ban all of their Bitcoin miners and they are still going after them, going for their blood. All right. So these guys are away from China, running to Kazakhstan, running to US, and thereby creating a big boom in the Bitcoin mining arena in United States of America. And leading to number 3, Chairman Gary Gensler was being queried last night. I was watching CNBC, and he was presenting at a Congress that, hey, this market is so huge. All the commissioners working under SEC, Securities Exchange Commission, needed more there are excited about it, but the average man can only buy that much. And you're looking at like Michael Saylor accumulating like 114,000 Bitcoins using the cash in bank, which he call it the treasury. And more such public companies will be deploying their cash to buy Bitcoin. This is where it is headed. So it is very conservative in the sense, If you multiply times 10, it's called 10x return. 45 times 10 is about 450,000 people to arrive. Why Katie Wood said that Bitcoin will be 500,000 and 25.
Wow, wow, wow. So, well, this information is for you to make decision, right? So if you want your money to multiply by 10 times, you know what to do. If you put it in the bank, it will reduce 10-15% every year. So you want to choose having a depreciation of 10-15% every year, or multiply. There are few payment companies such as Visa and Master and PayPal, Square, etc. They all jump into the crypto space, yeah, and they brought about like many millions or tens of millions or hundreds of millions of users. Now every year, Apple make announcement of their new product. I know this because my wife is saying, hey, when is the iPhone 13 coming out? When is iPhone 13 coming out? They make announcement of their new product in September. What is the latest iPhone, MacBook, iPad, etc. So in fact, they are making announcement right now. So question for you, Dr. Clemen, is this: do you think that giant company, tech company like Apple and even Samsung will also jump into the crypto wagon? Because we know that if they jump into a crypto wagon, well,
That is the tipping point. The moment they can smell like 1 billion, they start applying 1000x. All right, 1000x means another 3 more zero that will hit 1 trillion transaction. All right, so this is the start already, the tip of the iceberg, and people still not seeing the potential beneath it. And step one, once we start cross that hurdle, then step two, interestingly, this week, a judge in the US passed a ruling that Apple can no longer enforce in-app by forcing all the app developers that all of the transaction must go through App Store. That is a great ruling. For us, my company Spiking, we also develop our apps on the App Store as well as Google Play, and we kind of move our app out of the App Store because Apple is taking 30% of every single dollar that we sell on the App Store. This is too much. Most companies cannot sustain that kind of big hit by Apple Store. So as a result, the judge passed this ruling. And we cannot take 30% revenue cut from them. And that's the reason why you force them to think about, I think we better go crypto as well. And as a result, step number 3, this is the really interesting part. Right now, the biggest trend of the world is buy now, pay later, BNPL, right? If you buy a $300 product, you can split your payment over 3 months, and every month you just pay $100, $100, and it's 100% interest free. Apple is moving into this space, buy now, pay later. But they are not doing It's the whole momentum, the ripple effect, the domino effect that is rushing everybody into this space simply because they can smell the opportunities from Visa right here. 1 billion transaction, baby. Back to you, Richard.
Dr. Clemen, you got any news about Samsung? Or not? I mean, in fact, Samsung has more a user of their phone than Apple, right? Of course,
This was like in 2019, an old piece of news. All right. And Samsung is very fast for them to deploy, is extremely fast. So back then, 2019, they already started the sandbox. And the latest news is that they already start working on this on their own. Why? Because the attractiveness for cryptocurrency is primarily to attract one consumer segment. And I want you all to focus. Crypto birthing is birthed out of the millennial generation. And if they want to stay relevant to the brand, relevant to the consumer segment, then they are forced to attack the cryptocurrency market because are ramping all these products up, the millennials. And the signal, by following the millennials, the product, the brand managers, they know exactly where they should be heading.
wow. So last video, we talked about supply and demand, a very simple economic. When there is limited supply and there's a lot of demand, it just drives the price up, right? So with all this indication of Visa, Master, and maybe Apple, Samsung coming in, that brings together millions and millions of users and government getting into it, institution getting into it, and there's so much demand, and with limited supply, it will definitely drive the price in one direction, and the direction is up. Okay, so that's the reason why we are having the Global Bitcoin Festival this October. We have great speaker like just now, Michael Saylor. He will be there, plus many other a billionaire, Kevin O'Reilly, world number one, best author, Robert Kiyosaki, and many other great presenter. And of course, you will see Dr. Clemen Chiang there also to give his insight. This is a gathering of industrial experts and also passionate adopter of Bitcoin. So this coming October, and we just want to ask you to support this. Tell as many people as possible, because the more people you invite, the more people adopt Bitcoin. And if you are a holder of Bitcoin, you will be supporting yourself too, because the more people use it, if you are holding the Bitcoin, the price will go up, right? So please go out there and tell more people about it. Now, Dr. Clemen, a few weeks ago, you expound a lot in the last video about the death cross, right? And when and the death cross come around, it actually caused the Bitcoin price, or after the death cross, the Bitcoin price actually plummed. It go as low as 32,000. Today, I think yesterday and today, we saw the golden cross, or did we? I don't know. Maybe, I just, there's an indication that there's a golden cross there, or did we? So is this showing that the market is now going into the bullishness? Bitcoin is going to bullishness. Are we expecting Bitcoin to moon with this golden cross? Can you help us analyze this?
Yes, thank you for highlighting this, Richard. And it is very important why we need to rely on technical indicators, especially for Bitcoin, because there's not much else where people can really check on the flow of the price. So I'm going to walk through with our viewers the 3 simple steps that you all need to master. And once you all get it right, you can do this on your own. All right. So we are looking at a Bitcoin chart on the left, and I'm going to go to indicators and select moving average. And you always think of red, green, blue as the primary color. So I will select 50. Right here, this is 50, and I'm going to select red color. Save. So the 50 line appears in front of us. Then I go back again, moving average, 200, red, green, blue. I'm going to select green. Now the green line appears. Then I go on last time, go and change it to 100, red, green, blue. I'll select blue line, and here we go. So this is the most powerful technical indicator for Bitcoin. And let me walk through with all of us the major salient points, all right? So here we go. The moment we have the red crossing below the green, which is indicated right up here, all right? So red cross below the green. So I'm going to put a kind of a round right here. Straight away, that is defined as the death cross. Wow. So we spoke about that. And I'm going to just type this out here, death cross. And you guys can see the Bitcoin price started to go down and really crash to the bottom of 30,000. All right. So that was the death cross. As a result, it always affirmed the strength and the reliability of this 50-day versus 200-day simple moving average. Now we are looking at the golden cross. So at this moment, right now, live today, the red line, which is the 50-day, just crossed above the green line, 200-day. This is a sign of the golden cross. So let me put this up here. So why don't I put it like this? Let me do it another way. Like this will be much more beautiful. All right. So golden cross, and I'm going to type it right up here. This is golden and cross. So really, really gorgeous right now. And once you've seen this, it is a very, very powerful sign, because every institutional trader, they are also relying on the 50-day versus the 200-day. So from this point onwards, what all the institution money managers will tell their high net worth clients is time to go in for the blood. Go in and buy. Because the golden cross, once it show up, according to the past history of Bitcoin, the price will start to go to the moon. So I want to tell all of you that the window keeps getting smaller each time when you watch the YouTube with Richard and myself. So if you sit there and don't do anything, by the way, you got to be part of our movement, join the Global Bitcoin Festival, or else you'll be sitting there, constipation, heart palpitation, sleepless night, sleep apnea, all kinds of problems happen to you. Back to you, Richard.
Okay, and so Dr. Clemen has confirmed that we are now, that it just happened yesterday. Okay, it just happened yesterday. And historically, after the golden cross, the price is going up. And that's the reason why we are organizing the Global Bitcoin Festival, gathering of industrial expert enthusiast committee, a community of Bitcoin holder. This is a movement to update, educate, and adoption of Bitcoin, right? Now, Dr. Clemen, can you just say some last word for every one of us in this midweek here, with regard to this Global Bitcoin Festival?
Absolutely, Richard. I have not completed my drawing just now, and I want you all to imagine for a moment, all right? You missed the price back then when it was 30,000. You missed the price back then when it was 20,000, 10,000, 8,000. You missed all that. And because of that, the price kind of move all the way up. And today is the official sign of the golden cross, and we are expecting it to go all the way to the moon. But you have one last golden opportunity, and that is this. Because the Global Bitcoin Festival, Richard kind of planned it together with the Success Resources team to take place in the end of October. And from that point, that I want you all to know, because once we step into November and December, traditionally, those were the 2 months where Bitcoin will go all the way to the moon. It is crazy, crazy, crazy. And that's the reason why we kind of draw this out, kind of help you capture the imagination. So what is important is get your friends rounded up, get your colleagues, your neighbors, your loved ones, kind of put all of your minds together and check for blind spot. And join us in this movement so that you get educated not as an individual, but as a family, as a community. And everybody can put your minds together at rest. And that's the best time to take part in the Global Bitcoin Festival. You're going to hear top-notch speakers like Michael Saylor, Rich Dad Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki, and Mr. Wonderful, Mr. Kevin, all right? They are all speaking on the 2 days. And, you know, Richard and myself will be moderating them. You can be sure we're going to ask them really cutting it, kind of bring out the essence so that you can apply this as a generational wealth asset for your future generations. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Clemen. Thank you. So let's join this movement and be in a community, right, to promote this wonderful, wonderful wealth instrument that can help you create your financial freedom and also for your generation to come. So thank you everybody for joining this program, and I see you again on Friday. Thank you and have a wonderful, wonderful day.